I read every comment, and for those of you who don't know, this is what the YouTube comments dashboard looks like, that I see every comment regardless of how old the video is, because it's based on when the comment was made. Now, YouTube broke a lot of this with the Creator Studio, so it's imperfect. Also, we have just the filter for spam and hate comments and stuff, so it makes it pretty quick to moderate, just kind of like glance at the comments, see what people are talking about. And yeah, we're good to go right there. Oh, see? It works like that. However, that's not what this video is about. But kind of is. So when I was scrolling through, I was like, oh man, a video from the Brion? Like, the Brion scares me, or a comment from the Brion video. I haven't seen that in a while. Let's see what's going on, you know? Let's take a trip back to pre-dislike bot content to see how everything performs. Ended up with 64,000 views, and this was in April, many months after Pokemon Sun and Moon, so a lot of hype was dying down, but people, like, it was fun. There wasn't as much hacking, and people like to engage with competitive battles, so we had some cool stuff, and I was going through the comments. I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen some of these people comment in a while. Did I, like, ban them? Did they flip on my channel or something? And that's kind of, like, where the epiphany came, because I was just kind of going through, and the way you can check if someone has been banned is that you go to this report user and then block. And I'm sorry, Ninja Squirrel 222, but I have to block you temporarily, because then there'll be an unblock if they're blocked. So if it says block user, then that means they're not blocked. I haven't seen Andrew comment as much recently since, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield or something. Did I block him because he started hating on my content? No, he's cool. Well, Burnout, that doesn't count because that's the person from the video and also still a YouTube member. But see, right there, like, the longtime fans are still hanging around, even like some other random comments. What about this? No block. And this is kind of like a good place to check initially, because this is fan battles, Fan Friday kind of content back in the prime, again, pre-dislike botting Pokemon Sun and Moon days, and we can kind of see how people are receiving the content. It's positive. That's the difference, because the Pokemon community, even though I felt it was still pretty bad back then, nowhere near as toxic as it is, and also just fake and scummy and all that other stuff. But I mean, like, see, we can see the excitement that people had, so let's go and hit some other random channels. No block. You guys get the idea. Now, going through all these random channels has been pretty good for just kind of confirming my thoughts about the Pokemon community, because it's not like, oh, Verlisify, you dropped off, or you suck now, or you changed too much, and I can't stand your content anymore. It's mostly that the good people in the Pokemon community have boiled off. You can also see that with Twitter. No reasonable person that doesn't need to, like, make their career online is on Twitter. A very small amount of people use Twitter. Again, to quote Dave Chappelle, it's not a real place. So instead of, like, playing the Twitter game and following all that BS, reasonable people, good people, they don't really want to engage with that, and smart people don't have a Twitter account to begin with, so really there isn't much online presence, and if they fall out of Pokemon, that's just it. So the point I'm making is, it really looks like people aren't leaving my channel, they're leaving Pokemon, because I'm like the only place you can go for honest Pokemon content. But eventually, people just don't want to put up with it anymore. There's too much lying, too much cheating, too much stealing. Even if I'm trying to hold it down for all the OG Pokemon fans, or the real Pokemon fans out there, it's just not worth it. And I can't even blame them, but then that hurts my career, and it feels kind of bad. It's like, yeah, not even I wanted to breed Pokemon for Brilliant Diamond, Shine, and Pearl because the cheating has gotten so bad, and people still support Wolf Glick, even though the maker of PKX came out and just completely crucified him. And after you see that, yeah, the only people that want to stay around are crazy. And if I wasn't making a living from it, I don't even know where I'd be when it comes to Pokemon, because I love it more than anything, but the Pokemon community has ruined Pokemon to the point where it's nearly impossible to stick around. We saw this with Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite didn't even make it to mobile before he realized, oh my god, this toxic cesspool just corrodes everything it touches, and Pokemon Legends is the new Gen 5 splitting the community, making it worse for everyone again. And the Gen 5 fans and the Pokemon Legend fans represent like a younger, more immature audience, so they're way more toxic than the people that are critical of the games. Where it's like, if you were against Gen 5, you just got attacked, called a Gen 1er, and bullied forever, and now it's the same thing with Pokemon Legends. Pokemon Legends is perfect, and if you say otherwise, then you just get harassed into oblivion, and the people that are like, well, I'm from Gen 1, I'm an OG Pokemon fan, and I don't think Pokemon Legends represents anything that Pokemon should be, and it's not even a right step in the future because Pokemon Sword and Shield did it better, and then you get bullied for that statement, you don't want to engage with Pokemon anymore. You either straight up leave Pokemon because you don't like where it's going, or you just vanish from online. Therefore, there's no one left to defend that point, or no one left to defend the people defending that point. And that's why it has like the Pokemon community has a gaslighting effect, where it feels like you are more in the wrong than you are. But I'm looking at it, it's like, nah, I scroll down to where it's like, yeah, I can't even proof any of this stuff, and I'm clicking on random things. All right, so what we got here? Unblocked. We've gotten so far down, we're getting into the weird YouTube recommended. Either way, that's kind of what we got. But let's go to some other ones, because we have one of my, actually this has become my most viewed YouTube video, the Mimikyu theory, because we had Sugimori talking about Clefairy, and it all kind of lines up really well. So let's go and click on some random accounts here, because this isn't going to be like Fan Fridays content. This is going to be like one-off, or maybe some appreciation. Maybe some people came in and like stuck to the content because they like the theory. No reports. Or not no reports, no blocks. So these are people that were like, the thing is, back in 2016 as we were going to Pokemon Go, trivia and theory content was popping. Everyone loved that, even like 2017 as well. Top 10s fell out of the YouTube meta for fake challenges, fake randomizers, shout out to Poketips, fake leaks, and fake reactions. And then, yeah, like when that's the content and everything has a stupid fake reaction face in the thumbnail, no one wants to engage with it anymore unless you're an actual child. And that is the problem. I said that like the only way that YouTube can be fixed at this point is that if COPPA is enforced. And cracking down on fake content, because clickbait and deceptive practices are against the YouTube TOS. But if anyone's watched How to Cook That's videos, I've given up on that hope, because she shows viral food hacks that are dangerous, that blatantly violate multiple parts of terms of service outside of deceptive practices, scams, clickbait, and all of that stuff, but nothing happens to them, because when you're 5-minute crafts and you have, what, 100 million subs at this point, YouTube's not going to take that down no matter how much you lie, no matter how much content is fake or even stolen. So she's getting millions of views on harmful and deceptive content from some of the largest channels on YouTube, and nothing is being done about it. Those channels 100% deserve to be terminated, so what hope do we have for Pokemon or even COPPA at that point? But yeah, let's check out some other ones. Man, we need Pokemon Quest 2. I'll just blame that as like one of the reasons my channel fell off, because we never got Pokemon Quest 2 to just kind of keep everyone like happy throughout the downtimes in Pokemon. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just like click on a couple of other random ones. We have Banana Hero. Oh, look at that guy. He actually makes, oh, that's the default state, is clicking on block, but not blocked. And what we got here? Not blocked. And I've been showing for years now how the Pokemon community only gets more and more toxic, and we can just really see that in how Pokemon Legends is being handled. So there's not that many good people left, but like social media and internet is blowing up in a kind of weird way to where it's more popular and relevant than ever. One way I think about this, I don't have a way of transitioning to it, because Joe Merrick has me blocked on Twitter, on my private Twitter account that doesn't tweet anyone, after he witch hunted me to expose my private Twitter account that just exists to follow Pokemon news, because again, he's a bad person. But back in like Pokemon Sun and Moon era, he had like 2,000 followers when I first heard about him, and like pre-Pokemon Sun and Moon, early 2016. Then even like as he was becoming more and more relevant as the webmaster of Cerebi, he had like 10, 20,000, maybe by like 2018 or something. Like Pokemon Let's Go was happening before I got banned on Twitter. Now he has over 100,000. So like the momentum that all of these children and Zoomers are bringing to social media is unprecedented, even though Joe Merrick is doing the... Actually, Joe Merrick is even crazier now. Maybe that's why he's more popular, because he used to be a stand-up guy that just kind of like gave us the Pokemon, like the more detailed Pokemon news that people don't really care about, when Cerebi is just there to like deliver it to people, and then Joe Merrick wants to inform on top of it. So back then, no one really cared, but now it's like everything's just kind of blown up and inflated when it comes to virality on Twitter and even YouTube and stuff. So like just the influx of children coming into social media has done a lot of like wacky things for the algorithm stuff. It just doesn't make sense, where it's like, how does Joe Merrick back then, when he was like doing really cool stuff in like 2017, only have 10,000 followers and just kind of like stuck there, then Joe Merrick now is over 100,000? I don't know, the Pokemon community hasn't made sense to me in a long time, but also like just Twitter gets crazier and crazier, and it's gone like giga nuclear since the Trump presidency. If anyone's keeping, like, well, also COVID had something to do with that, but when you like look at what's going on in Canada, where you have hardworking people protesting an authoritarian state, and then they're being faced with military action But if you said Black Lives Matter and threw a Molotov into a Target, the DA would dismiss your crime. And then, like, and that's another thing that makes me feel good. Not only is, like, just going through comments and finding, like, oh, these people aren't banned. These people haven't gone bearish on Verlisify content or something. It's just that society has gotten crazier and crazier. And as you can see, that just kind of leeches into everything, but it also drives people, again, reasonable people, off the internet, and everything just kind of gets worse. So really, it is just kind of like a boiling off of the good and leaving everything bad, both on, like, just social media in general, but especially in the Pokemon community. And it's a shame, because I'm not fake. I'm not going to lie, cheat, and scam to get more people to like me, like you see with A-Drive, Austin John, every other Pokemon content creator, so, and especially WolfClick. So, you know, we're just, and then you can see it again, where it's like we are losing good values because of social media and just the insanity that's been going on with identity politics and social justice and all that. Just the evils that have come out from that still get defended blow me away, and any reasonable person is also blown away by that. Where it's like, oh, this is, how did society get this bad? I didn't think it was possible. I don't think anyone was possible. And I think since 2013, I've been saying, well, I'm waiting for it to shift, you know? There's the rubber band's gonna snap back. The tide's gonna go back out. Things might get a bit more reasonable at some point. And then you hear that Joe Rogan got canceled for like the 30th time, and it's more insane than ever, but it's also more popular than ever now because people just only know how to hate. I want to also go into some of my comment breakdown, because, like, I was looking through it, there's a subscriber badge, so I can see how long people have been subbed, and there's like this weird thing where people will comment, I've been a fan for a long time, but you changed, or they're like, I don't like your content anymore, what happened to the old Verlisify? No sub badge. Now, it is public, so not everyone has public subs, but then I'll, like, search them up, they've never commented before. So, like, people are just straight up lying about their sub status or their fan status, and even then, like, fan is short for fanatic, and you can tell that, like, this is not someone that's a fan. They've watched my content. But just watching the content from time to time semi-regularly doesn't make you a fan. So, that, like, these people are just crazy. And then you can see, like, we have long-time people still commenting, still supporting. I had to shout out Sexy Monster Lover for still holding on to the Justin Flynn sub. See, that's all I will think about. It's like, man, those were just better times when people weren't in it for the money. People weren't trying to game the system and rig it like you see with every other Pokemon content creator at this point. That, you know, it was just honest and everything felt better. And then, like, the weird thing is that was when the community was smaller. Pokemon X and Y selling about the same amount of units as Pokemon Sun and Moon and not being too far behind Pokemon Sword and Shield. But you can see that there are drastic differences in, like, how much money you can make, how many people are engaging with content, and the overall viewership and stuff. It's just wild. But yeah, I've been saying it since like 2015. Money corrupts, because I was seeing the writing on the wall where I'm like, oh yeah, now people found out that Pokemon's got some good money in it, huh? Oh, they also found out that you have to slander me to get your foothold in, and then, like, for all that attention, and people they just stuck with it, and I knew it wasn't going to get any better. So yeah, that's kind of my observation. It's like, wait a second. Again, people aren't leaving my channel it's not because I'm not doing anything wrong, and it's only just idiots spouting nonsense, because that's what most of online in the Pokemon community has become. But unfortunately, there's, like, no coming back from this. But yeah, 8 is like Giga OG. There's a good amount of 7s, 6s, and stuff, and now that we're, like, starting to tip over into, like, Pokemon Sun and Moon being very old at this point. Pokemon Sun and Moon, man, over 5 years ago. That's nuts. So since that was when most of my channel blew up, and it was also before, like, for all the news coverage. So there's a lot of 5s rolling around and stuff. 6 years. And yeah, so it's like, I see a lot of this, and it's like, yo, everything's just weird. A lot of the fans, they don't want to engage. Now, like, this is something to be putting in late in the video where everyone's already, like, stopped watching, if they're even seeing my content. That so few people are even being served my videos because of dislike botting effectively blacklisting my channel. Also, I feel like there's manual restrictions on my channel, because that's been proven over the years with YouTube and stuff, because I guess being against lying, cheating, stealing is bad for YouTube. Someone has it out for me, so there's also probably a good amount of people that still want to watch my content. They just thought I stopped making content, or they're not getting the videos, and it is hard to get that compulsion to be like, Oh yeah, I used to watch this guy. I used to watch him a lot. I used to love his channel. Let me go search him up and start watching again. Now that happens to me from time to time, but it's not a common occurrence. So it's not gonna be enough to like really matter too much. But yeah, this is where we're at right now, and it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's not as bad as it seems, but it's still really bad because, again, there's no defense out there. There's no more reasonable people or OG, just passionate, true Pokemon fans. Everyone just wants to be fake and nonsensical and simp out to the fake and scummy content creators, and there's just no integrity. And why would people with integrity want to stay where there's no hope for integrity? So, if you guys enjoy the video, hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.